Hi, King here with another painting tutorial for Age of Strife. I'm probably the last person to be doing painting tutorials, to be honest. These tutorials of mine are all about speed painting, coming up with a scheme that you can do quickly on lots of models, get an army out there on the table looking decent quickly. That picture there of a brush is my brush I use for 90% of the painting on my models, so you can imagine from that what to expect. So okay, let's crack on with the topic of this tutorial. Okay, so you've got your model made, based with sand and gravel or whatever you want to put on the base using PVA glue. Next thing I do is I undercoat the whole thing the base colour, and for that I've used Army Painter's Dragon Red for these dogs. The next thing I do, a heavy wash. A heavy wash using, as you can see, a rather large brush. Probably too big for the job, really, but it gets plenty of wash onto the model and spreads it evenly. You can always use a smaller brush to get to the more difficult places to reach, but plenty on, and make sure you cover the whole model. So, once your wash is dried totally, it's time to put the red back on. We're going to dry brush with the same colour over the model where we've just washed it. So, foundation paint, I like to use foundation paints because they've got a lot more pigment in them, and makes it better for dry brushing. You get the colour on a lot quicker. I've grabbed my faithful brush. It's a large dry brush from GW, and wipe most of the paint off the brush, don't forget, for dry brushing. Not too much, I mean this is the first layer, so we're going to heavy dry brush the whole model again. The colour that I'm using for this dry brushing is foundation paint from GW Mechrite Red. This actually gives the model a feeling of depth. You leave the dab of black in the recesses while taking it off all the raised surfaces, looking a lot cleaner when you finish this process. So we continue with the dry brushing. I'm using another foundation paint, Calvin Brown, and my faithful brush, and we just quickly cover the hair, the mane of the dog, and the tusks, horns, with a quick layer, ready for the next process. The good thing about dry brushing is that it dries quickly as well, so straight away we're able to apply the next wash on the hair and the horns using Devlin mud. I've switched to a smaller brush here, wash brush, just to be able to be a little bit more precise about where this wash goes. Okay guys, it's time for you to help me now. Horns on models. I never get the finished look I want. The washes don't play into this at all because it's a smooth surface. It's got to be painted, and as I've told you, it's not my strong point. If you guys have got any comments regarding painting horns, please leave them on the forum for me, and I will have another attempt at them. But I messed about with these horns for ages, and it probably took longer than the whole model. In the end, they were still rubbish. So please help. Back to the faithful brush, a bit of foundation paint to highlight the hair. Just flick the very top edges. This is the last layer, so we just want to catch the top edges and leave it at that. The problem with dry brushing is you never do just catch the very top edges, so a final wash takes away the chalkiness look and gives you the final effect. For the wash, at this point I used Games Workshop's blah 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 sepia. Can never pronounce that name. So again, we're using dry brushing, plenty of paint on the brush, just slide across the top of the model, catching the top edges, giving it that depth, and then we're going to wash it again to bring it back, take that chalkiness off. So that's it. You've seen the process of dry brushing, washing, dry brushing, washing, building it up, starting with the dark washes, coming up to the coloured washes. It blends it all together and gives you a nice decent effect, quick effect. So hopefully you guys can master that too and start knocking out a few models. Don't drop them though, they get broken. I'll just have another go at them horns. Still not right.